I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text actually from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates. And she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day. 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not gonna be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. It's like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From, you know, the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Bilardi, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jackamek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things. Back in the day, he's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And there gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back to the show. This is Got Your Six Racing Network. I'm feeling better, not sounding better. Those of you that were with us Tuesday night in the Outlaw Racing League's crown jewel at the Chili Bowl, that's when this illness I had started. So we got Clayton on board with us tonight. Clayton's going to help me through this. Clayton, welcome to the booth. Welcome to Week 13, Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash, the best of the best in this fall season. What are you looking forward to tonight?
Hey, good to be back as always. Hope you get to feeling better here soon. And I think it's going to be kind of like what we saw last week with all the, the fighting for every single spot, even though it's on the first lap. I think it's going to be hectic tonight. I know for our league on Tuesday we had that bug where everybody was a ghost to each other, but that's been fixed. I hope the drivers know that and don't just throw one in there expecting there to be a ghost car. No, I think it's going to be not chaos. These guys have a lot of talent. They can control the mayhem, but it's definitely going to be on the aggressive side all night long, being that these guys have to run in all three classes tonight.
Yeah, big shout out to the Dirt Track Bank. None of this would be possible without those folks coming on board. The Dirt Track Bank out of Malvern, Iowa. It's where Got Your Six Racing Network banks. They are all about racing in real life. Decided to come on board with us and share the love, and they've been nothing but awesome partners to the broadcast for the past 2 seasons. Great folks. So these are the best of the best. To qualify for this event, you must have been a feature winner during the season or top of the points. We took the top 16 from the season in all 3 divisions. Next year, for the first time, we do have 3 sponsors for the divisions. So next season, the winter season, we will have 20 drivers, as each division sponsor and Gears Unlimited will get a provisional start in next season's Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash. So we're going to have 20 cars next time around. We are also instituting, it's going to be $10 a week, 12 weeks long, a Quick Time Award that has been paid for by sponsors. Clayton, you're part of that group. Thank you very much for that. The CTM boys came on board. We're still looking for a Quick Time sponsor for the 305 Sprint cars. $10 a week, that's $120. So next season, what's that, $860 up for grabs here at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. So we're starting to get some ground. We got some great racers on board, and you're about to see the best of the best from this fall season. You will go along with us as we call the drivers off the track. We're getting ready to do that right now. All drivers, clear the track, please. All drivers, clear the track. All right, fellas, welcome to the Week 13 Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash. $500 up for grabs tonight. Everyone who enters the event will get paid and we'll go through that probably over the next few days, getting a hold of you guys, trying to get those payouts out. Brandon Templeton, who does our scoring, is not available tonight. The scoring is up, so but it's not going to be tallied until he gets around to tallying that, probably later on tonight or tomorrow. We'll go over the rules. You guys know the rules. No interview, no photo after a podium finish. We won't talk about that. 2 cautions. We're still 2 cautions in the feature or a heat race. If you bring out 2 cautions, you're done in that division for the night. No intentional contact. You guys know that deal. No call-outs. We won't go over that. Excessive blinking. First time your car is excessive blinking, you will receive a warning. Second time, you will be given an EOL. Third time, you will be moved to the back or be removed from the division for the night. That's all we got for tonight. All that we ask is that you support those sponsors who are supporting you. The Dirt Track Bank has stepped up huge the last 2 seasons, and they're on board again for next season. So if you have the time, check them out. You want a small bank account, possibly with a debit card with a Dirt Late model on it. It's a pretty cool deal, and they give back to the real racing community like you could only imagine. If you haven't researched them, please do so. The Dirt Track Bank, they are a division of Malvern Bank in Iowa. Great folks. So they're making this possible. And you'll notice we picked up a lot of sponsors for next season. We ask you to let those folks know you appreciate them. With that, any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. None heard. Again, all races 30 laps tonight. I wish you the best of luck as we get ready to advance to qualifying. All right, Clayton, here we go. We got about 16 cars getting ready to take to the track. Michael Vitale is the first car in the 213 out on track. As always, like to thank Michael for his service to our country in the United States Air Force as a Power Pro technician in the 213 car. As always, Michael super quick in the 358 modifieds. Let's see who goes to the top of the board. Joseph Grandy is with us. That is the 518, new paint scheme. Chris Cox to the top of the board with a 15.221 for the 515. Now Cale Smith in the 115 CTM Motorsports. He takes over the lead, 15.173 for Cale Smith. Gavin Chatham is out on track in the 24. He's second quick, 15.215. Michael Vitale shuts it down. He's 8th quick. Randy Shreves out on track in the 56. 15.360 for Shreves, 9th quick. James Ingram wrapping it up. Maybe he didn't complete his lap quite yet. The 15 car, the winner of, I think I announced it, can't remember it off the top of my head. He has a ridiculous amount of feature wins. I think I wrote that down here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it in my notes.
Gonna go to the top of the board there, Joe, by 1/1000th of a second over Cale Smith. A 15.172 from Michael Carter. Top of the board right now.
With 6 feature wins. Or no, not 6. I can't find it. It was something ridiculous. Anthony Marjulio, he comes up 3rd quick, 15.319. CTM cars setting 1-2 at the top of the board. The 15 and the 115. James Ingram, part of the Ingram gang. This is the elder Ingram. The 2 sons are in the race tonight. That's James and Donald. Jordan LaFawn is out on track in that 11 car, the driver out of Indiana. Let's see how Jordan LaFawn can do as he comes off of turn number 2. We'll enter 3 and 4. Wesley up to 6 quick, 15.223 for the driver out of Evansville, Indiana. Fourth quick for Jordan LaFawn with a 15.211. Will fall along with the 88 as he shuts it down. Seventh quick. That is the driver out of Evansville, Indiana. Jordan LaFawn coming to his final lap. Can he move up? 15.230. He will remain fourth quick. We got through that in a hurry.
Absolutely. We see the normal heavy hitters towards the top. Michael Carter, Cale Smith, Anthony Marfulio moving up a little bit more. That's good to see these guys finding some extra speed here tonight. But it's all about how they can run on average through all three, with everybody having to run all three series tonight for the Dash for Cash presented by the Dirt Track Bank. So you hope if you're not a very, consistent sprint car driver, you hope you can get some good points out of the first two to maybe give you a little cushion as we get further into the night.
Michael Carter, Anthony Marvulio on the front row. Gavin Chatham, Grant Wesley in row 2. Jesse Ingram, Joseph Grandy in 3. Randy Shreves, Randall Dixon in row number 4. And John Morano and Carson Nicholson are not in the Dash for Cash. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 1. Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash. 8 laps to get it done. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Again, you have 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. 15 car on the front row. We got the 88 on the outside of row number 2. As you said, that 238, the driver out of the Boston area, he's tough to handle too. He seems like he's coming around, took some time off, just got married, had a baby. So he's been busy and he's back with us. Seems like he's starting to pick up. Clayton?
Absolutely. We'll see what that 238 can do. I know Lucas Oil on the high side here can be pretty fast. It just wonder if he's got anything for the elite driver, Michael Carter. Green flag is out.
We are underway. It is Marjulio on that top side. He's going to slide in. 15 car down low. 238 with a good drive off of turn 2. Coming into turn 3, side by side. They're going to be a slight advantage for the 238. Clayton, we're used to seeing Marfulio run that bottom line.
Yeah, Anthony Marfulio showing that he can do it when he needs to right now up top. Grant Wesley sneaking up into P3 here. Grant Wesley's going to start to close in on these two leaders as they start to fight, slowing each other down.
This will determine starting position in the 30-lap feature. Coming up after we should only have 2 heat races tonight, as the top 2 battle it out side by side at Lucas Oil. Too close to call that time by. They give it to the 15. As Marfulio looks like the 15 car, he may be starting to push him up a little higher.
There's the contact. There it is. I was just about to compliment these guys running each other so clean over 4 laps of the race, over heat race side by side like that, being able to run so clean. But these things, if they step out one little bit, it's game over. It can ruin your momentum so fast, and we saw that right there with the 238.
Grant Wesley, Gavin Chatham running in P4, battling it out with Joseph Grandy in the 518. Driver out of Georgia, the 7 car of Jesse Ingram in P6, Randy Shreves into 56. He is your sprint car champion. Randall Dixon in the 111 is at the tail end of the field. Up front, Michael Carter now starting to separate himself. Grant Wesley, he falls in line behind the 238. Watch the 24 on the outside. Gavin Chatham with 1 lap to go. He's battling for that 3rd position. Grandy also peeking down low, coming off a turn 4. 15 car heading for the flag stand. Carter, Marfulio, Wesley, Chatham, Grandy, your top 5. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Cale Smith, Jordan LaFawn on the front row. Chris Cox, Samuel Bachman in row number 2. Donald Inger, Michael Vitale in 3. Jeffrey Kemper, James Ingram in row number 4. And Luke Hines is not in the field. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 2. Leader, you know the drill by now. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the 30-lap feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Who you picking?
I'm gonna go with the 11 of Jordan LaFawn for this heat race. I think Jordan can find some speed on that top side.
Yeah, so we did see some speed up there. It seemed to give out late. I'm wondering if that top side is starting to go away a little bit already. Maybe not. I think that your pole sitter pulls it off in the 115, the CTM driver, active duty Navy driver. I'd like to thank Cale Smith for his service and congratulate him on his new baby. They just had a baby not too long ago, October, I believe. So Cale Smith will take us to the green flag, the 115 on the inside. He's got Jordan LaFawn to his outside. South Dakota driver in the 115, Indiana driver in the 11 car. So we're getting ready to go green. As they enter into turn 3, green flag should come out at the exit of turn number 4. Green flag is out. We are underway. Jordan LaFawn, great restart by your front 2. Watch the 515. He is last season's modified champion. That's a driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, Chris Cox. LaFawn and Smith battling it out. LaFawn working the high side.
Yeah, it just seems as if the guy's underneath you and can get a good bite, it seems like there's a little bit more drive off of corner right now on the bottom. I do not think that will be like that all night, though, but we're seeing in these heat races, bottom is almost dominant. As I say that, of course, Jordan LaFawn on the outside gets around for the lead.
Yeah, it's kind of almost like Jordan LaFawn baited the 115 a little bit off the bottom as the 11 went higher and higher. I'm wondering if Cale Smith saw him pulling ahead on the outside. He came up off the bottom to try to get up there. Monkey see, monkey do off that bottom side. Cale Smith, Chris Cox in P number 3. Samuel Bachman battling it out with Donald Ingram. That's the 10 car. Let's go on board with that 10 car. Donald Ingram running in P5. Prior Navy serviceman. Like to thank Donald for his service to our country. Looks like Chris Cox may have made contact up there. Ingram taking a peek down low. Will he get drive off that bottom side, trying to get underneath the 007 of Samuel Bachman? Jeffrey Kemper, Michael Vitale back there battling it out. James Ingram in the 40 car at the tail end of the field as Jordan LaFawn. The 115 of Cale Smith isn't letting him get too far, but we only have 1 lap to go. Jordan LaFawn sends it in. 1 and 2 are clean. Coming to 3 and 4. He's got 2 more corners to navigate. 115 up a little bit higher. LaFawn off of 4. LaFawn, Smith, Cox, Bachman, and Donald Ingram are your top 5. Two minutes of warm-up, or 3 minutes, my apologies. 3 minutes of warm-up, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
Biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but You really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom. Two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back. Donald Ingram at the top of the board in warm-ups. We're getting ready for our 30-lap feature coming up right here at Lucas Oil. Donald Ingram, Michael Carter, Joseph Grandy, Grant Wesley, Chris Cox are your top 5 as we prepare for our first feature of the night. How tonight works: it is a accumulation of points between all 3 divisions are added together, and the driver with the highest points gets the highest payout. So kind of different. Everyone who enters the field will get paid. Feature to the grid, please. Feature to the grid. Michael Carter, Jordan LaFont on the front row. Marfulio and Smith in row 2. Grant Wesley on the inside of Chris Cox on row number 3. Gavin Chatham, Samuel Bachman in 4. Joseph Grandy, Donald Ingram in row number 5. Jesse Ingram, Jeff Kemper in 6. Randy Shrees, Michael Vitale in 7. Randall Dixon, James Ingram in 8. Carson Nicholson and Luke Hines are not in the race, nor is Morano. All right, drivers, welcome to the featured leader. Just like your heat race, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. 30 laps to get it done. First leg of the Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash. Good luck. Yeah, Clayton, in the Dash for Cash, you also get minus points for incidents. Jordan LaFont would have won the overall last season. I think he missed it by 2 due to incidents on the track. He lost out. So incidents do count against you in your overall points total. So going to be interesting. Here we go for 30 laps, my brother.
Hope these guys keep it clean tonight. We saw not a single incident in both heat races. Off of 4, Michael Carter takes the green flag. We are rolling away with this one.
15 car down low. Will he slide up and get on the outside? Yes, he will. Jordan LaFont will fall in line. 238. Caution comes out early. That is the 181 of Jeffrey Kemper. See if we can't get a look at what happened to Jeff.
Yeah, it looks like the 213 of Michael Vitale just drives it in there a little too hard into the back of Jeffrey Kemper and turns him around. Unfortunate for that 213 of Michael Vitale making it in off of an absence tonight. This is not how he's looking to start his night.
Yeah, the 181, the driver out of Oregon, Jeffrey Kemper. He will start back there with Vitale. He didn't like to look like too much damage, but not what we were looking for on lap 2. This restart will be on the leader. Leader, restart is on you, sir. Everyone else, you're going on the car in front of you. Leader, that orange cone right to your left is your starting point. Anytime between there and the drop of the green flag. Everyone else on the car in front of you, good luck. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Michael Carter. Your top 10 looks like they didn't move at all. That's the 15 car. The restart will be on him. Driver out of Virginia drives a real dirt car. Kind of a stock-looking car from what he posted. Good restart by the 15. Goes down low. He's going to slide up and get on that outside. Jordan LaFawn falls back a little bit. Anthony Marvulio, he's going to work that bottom. We're going to think about 3 wide. Chris Cox, he's in a P5. Let's take a quick look and do our version of Turn It Up. Caution comes back out. Saw that one look like Randall Dixon got spun around there. See if I can find that incident. Replays and the race brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank tonight. Again, I have dealt with a lot of banks over my 56 years. You will not find better customer service. They have been absolutely amazing. Have never stepped foot in the store. Dirt Track Bank is the online portion. 56 gets in the back of the 7, checks up, no place for the 11 to go. Around he goes. Once again, Jeffrey Kemper and Vitali caught up in the mix.
Tough night for those guys towards the back. Everybody wants to be running up front right now, and not everybody can run up front, unfortunately. So it's going to be a dogfight like this all throughout the night tonight. And I really think whoever just keeps the cleanest car throughout these features will have a shot. You know, even if you don't win them, if you can accumulate, 3 top 3s, 3 top 5s, and a couple other guys struggle, you might just point your way into a big payout for the end of the night.
Even those guys in the back, it costs $15 a season to race with us at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. The lowest payout is $10, so those guys are getting a big chunk of their money back regardless of where they finish. So that's the good part. Restart is on the way. 15 car ducks down low. He will slide back up, get up in front of the 11 car. Anthony Marvulio, he is stuck down on the bottom side. Jordan LaFawn takes a peek down low. The 115 of Cale Smith thought about taking a peek outside the 11 car. Let's go on board with the 115 of Cale Smith. He's on the high side. Jordan, not sure what happened. Let's see what happened. Cale Smith, it looked like may have just gotten run into in the back. If I can find the replay.
Yeah, the 115 just overdrives in between 3 and 4 just a little bit. Makes contact with Jordan LaFawn in that 11 car. Cale Smith, unfortunately, going from P3 all the way to the back of this pack. Not how you want to start your night, especially with what's on the line tonight for these guys.
So, yeah, how much harder do you actually think they are running tonight with money on the line? I've never raced. I've raced in some charity money races, but never where there was real money on the line. How does that change things?
Yeah, I can guarantee you these guys are probably given an extra 25% tonight. All the work they've put in all season all comes down to tonight. These guys are definitely putting 125% down on the track tonight, all night long. There won't be much, slacking, dialing it back, trying to save tire. It'll be go, go, go for the most part.
We are single file from here on out. The rest of the race, single file restarts. Michael Carter, Jordan LaFawn, let's go on board with the driver from Indiana. See what it looks like from the 11 car. You see him running just a touch lower than the leader. All the front two running just above the slick there. You can see the corners really starting to get slick. Clayton, I'm waiting for this track to slicken up quite a bit.
Yeah, once this top goes away, these guys are going to have to try and find something in the middle. The only driver I'm seeing right now that is working the middle for the most part is Gavin Chatham and Michael Vitale, almost all the way around the track, sticking to the middle to bottom line. They could be working that in a little earlier than other drivers and have something found towards the end of the race to possibly pick up some more spots, pick up some more points.
Gavin Chatham in the 24, 7 car is one of the cars working down low. It's got Donald Ingram. Those are P7 and 8. Moving up through the field, Bachman in the 007. Samuel Bachman currently in P6. Chris Cox, the Des Moines, Iowa driver, is up to P5. Grant Wesley, he has moved up 1 to P4. Anthony Marfulio, we're going to get nose to tail. Don't know how long that'll last. Maybe they'll ride around here, kind of feeling out, gauging where they're strong and somebody else isn't. But we got nose to tail. We'll go through the field. That's Marfulio, P3. Grant Wesley, P4. Chris Cox, 5. Samuel Bachman in the 007 is in P6. Gavin Chatham in the 24. The only car running down low, he's in P7. Donald Ingram in the 10 car is P8. Randy Shreves, P9. Joseph Grandy in the 518. He's working the bottom, currently in P10. Jesse Ingram in the 7 car is P11. Jeffrey Kemper in P12. Vitale up 1 to P13. Cale Smith in the back of the field in 14th, followed by the 40 car of Donald Ingram, and that is your field. Up front, they're just riding steady. Nose to tail.
Jordan LaFawn tried a slider line 2 laps ago in 3 and 4 and almost made contact with the leader of Michael Carter, and Michael was able to stay to the high side and go back around him, but we almost had some chaos for your front two.
What lap is go time? Every lap, or are we waiting till 10 to go?
I say about 10 to go. Jordan LaFawn looks to have a little bit more drive off of 4. 1 and 2, they look dead even running the same line, but Michael Carter is getting the right rear up into the loose stuff on the high side of 3 and 4, and Jordan LaFawn's able to stay in the moisture and kind of reel him back in every lap. I think Jordan might put the pressure on here with 10 to go and see if he can't slide and clear that 15 up front.
Yeah, we're on board that 15 car. You could not get any closer. He is running right on the edge of that cushion. In a virtual car, it does not get much better than that right there.
Absolutely not. We see towards the back of the field, James Ingram jumped the cushion a few laps back, and Michael Carter and Jordan LaFawn up front. Those guys are hoping not to do that. Once you jump it, there's no saving it. You will wash all the way off the track and without a doubt lose at least one position. And if you're running up front, that is not what you want towards the end of this.
Yeah, you get up on that top shelf. It typically is like a parachute. However, the 56 car of Randy Shreves in a 305 sprint car, he started hitting the top shelf in between 3 and 4. And for the first time ever that I've seen, he's doing it. He's getting up there now. The 56 car made some hay going over the cushion here. That's the first time I had seen it. Was a couple of weeks ago or whenever we were here. But, yeah, that 56 car of Randy Shreves. Matter of fact, let's follow Shreves around. He is pushing that cushion up in the 56. We'll go on his right rear and take a look.
Yeah, Gavin Chatham right there in front of him in the 24 last lap. Cooked the tires on the inside. Got in a little too low. Randy Shreves about loses it off the top edge there off of 4. But Gavin Chatham made some serious contact with the inside tires, and now that battle for 7th is starting to heat up big time.
Yeah, we're 2 by 2 up front. Donald Ingram battling it out with Chatham as Joseph Grandy and Randy Shreves go at it. I'm telling you, I thought it was craziness when I saw that 56 car. I saw it in the sprint car. We might see it tonight where he uses that top shelf. He goes way up high. I thought I was seeing things in that race. He's starting to wander up there once again in the 56. Down low, Joseph Grandy, he's trying to reel in Donald Ingram in the 10 car and Gavin Chatham. So those guys are rolling the ball. There goes Shreves up on top. I have no idea how he figured that out, but first car to use that top shelf, Randy Shreves in the 56. As the caution comes back out, Jeffrey Kemper, the 181 car, is not having the night that he wants to have. On the high side, looks like he gets a little bit of a run, gets into the back of the 213 possibly. Maybe he checks up, gets into the outside wall, open wheel front end, up she goes.
Yeah, this is going to be the money restart right here. If Jordan LaFon has anything for that 15, or even Anthony Marvulio started to close in there towards the end, it's all going to be laid out on the table right here when we go green.
181 finishes his wild ride. So lap 28 at 30, you're right. It's go time. We will get a word with your top 3 at the conclusion of this race. Jordan LaFon letting Carter know he's there. So we will have 3 laps to go when the green flag comes out. Michael Carter has a plethora of feature wins. Now he's trying to add some dollar signs behind those wins. Stacks up the field a little bit. Great start by Carter. LaFon down low. Here we go. The 11 car, the driver out of Indiana, he peeks underneath Virginia driver Michael Carter. LaFon, Anthony Marvulio. Grant Wesley on the high side. Will he take advantage of these drivers trying to go down low? Wesley will run the middle. 1 to go. Michael Carter to the flag stand next time by. 15 car coming off of turn 4. Jordan LaFon in P2. The battle is for P3. Carter, LaFon, Marvulio, your top 3. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line.
All that checking up that we did right there coming to the green flag. Samuel Bachman jumped the restart. Samuel Bachman got a black flag. He's going to move back. That's going to move everybody to the top. Samuel Bachman scored last in this feature after running 5th coming to the line.
Oh, man. Yeah, that hurts. Got 2 more races to make it up, but still, that hurts. All right, fellas, great race. Don't forget to go up for your interviews. I will let you get Marvulio and Carter.
Absolutely.
So I'm not talking as much. We're going to get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. That is the beginning of the Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash.
And here we've got 3rd place runner Anthony. It's Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Clayton.
Hey, buddy. We were seeing how you closed in on those 2 when they started to fight there towards the end. And just honestly, with the track being so slick, man, did you think you were going to be able to go anywhere and clear either of them as we came to the finish of this one?
When we had that long practice session, the track was pretty slick like it was at the end of the feature, and the bottom I was running competitive, if not a little bit faster. So my plan was to run the top once I could get up there and try to wear it out as much as possible, and then with just a little bit before 5 to go, try to make my way to the bottom and try to really close in on those guys. I closed in on Jordan. I think you saw that I switched it up and he went to the bottom too, which kind of stalled out. But I think I could have got second. I don't know if I could have beat Michael, but both those guys did a phenomenal job, and I had a blast racing with Michael in the heat race there.
Absolutely. We saw the checkup there coming to that last restart, man. And from your point of view, what exactly happened? Was it the leader, or was it second place kind of jumping a little too early and having to check up?
I think it was a mixture of the three of us just wanting to get out in front of everybody that we possibly can. So I think it was just the three of us trying to be as aggressive as possible. And Michael played it right by kind of bogging us down, and so we couldn't get a run on him. So I think it was just a mixture of just trying to be aggressive on the start with 2 to go.
I hear that, buddy. Well, who do you got to thank on that 238 machine for a P3 finish?
You guys for putting this on, the Dirt Track Bank. My wife for letting me be able to do this on a Friday night again. I didn't get much practice in because I was on baby duty. So, and everybody that is involved with this race and this league, everyone's it's phenomenal, and all the guys here tonight are all great drivers.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on a 3rd place finish tonight, man. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the night.
Thank you, Clayton.
Yes, sir.
Jordan LaFawn having some issues with his computer, so we will grab the 15 car. That is Michael Carter, CTM driver, starts on the pole, drives it to victory lane. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
Sir.
That's how you kick it off right there, my brother. Great run by that 15 car. How did the track change throughout the night?
It started out, you had to run that bottom, it was real tacky, and there in the heat race, and once it slicked over, I just kept running up top. I know probably could have made that middle work a little bit early in the race, but I just want to try to stay consistent up there, and just keep hitting my marks as the track, the slick kept moving up. Just wanted to keep hitting my marks, so I didn't go over there. That's what happened last time we ran here. I went over the edge there and caused a little melee, and didn't want that to happen again, of course.
Man, we followed you. On your right rear during the broadcast. You could not have gotten any closer. You were running that cushion like it was consistent, time after time after time. Man, how do you do it?
I just try to hit my marks, and I get a feel in the wheel if I hit it right, and that's what I look for or feel for. You go in 1 and 2, if you hit it just right, you'll feel the humps, and 3 and 4, you just hold on for dear life, to be honest. But just try to be consistent. A little bit of braking involved. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, but it's definitely got to finesse it, if you wanna call it that.
Yeah, man, great start to the Dash for Cash. It looks like you're going to jump out to the lead here on race number 1. We're getting ready for our very last limited late model race coming up here, changing to pro late models after this. So, man, great job. Who do you want to thank for your victory?
Of course, I always gotta thank you here at Friday Night Lights. You do a great job. Top tier race control. GY6RN, the Dirt Track Bank for putting this up. Really appreciate it from them guys. Like I said, everybody else involved, thank you so much. And I gotta thank my dad, Randy Carter Painting. He's listening right now, actually watching. CTM Motorsports, Kale Smith, Travis Anderson, Redline Race Designs. Like I said, everybody else, appreciate it.
Yeah, man, Randy Carter is out there listening. Your son just put on a heck of a show, and thank you, sir, for all of your support. We hear about you every week, so that's great to hear, man. We'll see you in the limited late models.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Clayton, you found Jordan.
Yes, sir. Jordan, it's Clayton up in the booth. You got me? Jordan LaFawn, it's Clayton up in the broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
I know Jordan's having some computer issues.
Can you hear me?
There he is.
Got you now.
Sorry, fellas.
It's all good, brother. It happens to all of us, man. I got to know in that 11 on that last restart, where, what was your plan? What did you think it was going to take to get around that 15 up front?
Well, he played that restart perfect. I was trying to, get all the help I could there on that restart. I knew it was going to come down to kind of somewhat jumping the restart in a way, trying to just time it perfect, more in a sense than jump it. And he played it perfect. I watched him the couple restarts before there, dude. He started in the same spot twice, and that last restart there, he held it about 5 or 10 feet. It looked like past that orange cone, and it played in his hand. He ran a good race, didn't make too many mistakes, if any at all, and hats off to Mike. I love racing with him, and then Marjulio there tried snicking his nose in there towards the end, and I can't complain with a second place finish. Hoping we can pull this limited win out, and then see what happens in the 305.
Absolutely, man. Who do you got to thank on that 11 machine tonight?
I thank my grandma for hanging out there. As always, every Friday night, rooting me on there in the chat. Dirt Track Bank for everything they do, putting all the money up here for us for this great league. Friday Night Lights, GY6RN, you Clayton hanging out up there in the broadcast booth watching us, do what we like to do here. And Apex Industries, Lawn Crafters Lawn Care, Blaze Designs, Big Bacon Media and Gaming, and everybody just behind the scenes that helps put this show on. And congrats again to Mike for parking it.
Awesome, brother. Well, best of luck in the limited late models, man. Hope to talk to you again tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. You know, we first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, you know, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. You know, there's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling a few times, or, you know, I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You know, you're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
Welcome back to the show. We're getting ready to call the cars off the track and get the very last limited late model race of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights underway. We are switching to pro late models next season at the request of the drivers. Again, tonight, total of $500 up for grabs. First place gets $100. Last place gets $10. Everybody else in between gets some denomination of money. So these drivers are racing for a little bit of cash tonight. It costs $15 a season for drivers to join Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. So at some point, maybe we'll be able to get their full money back to them in the Dash for Cash. We'll see how that plays out. Clayton, here we go. Limited late models, and I forgot to mention, Clayton is active duty Navy. So, sir, thank you for your service to our country. We got a lot of veterans out here running with us, which is great to see.
Yes, sir. Anytime, man. Thank you for yours as well. I'm seeing a lot of pushing in the corners from a lot of different drivers. My race control software that's always up for these is lit up with a whole lot of red, so this may be a little more chaotic than the modifieds.
Let's get it underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track. All right, fellas, welcome to the very last limited late model race of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. You guys all know the rules. Unless there are questions, comments, or concerns, we will get the show underway. Questions, now would be the time. None heard. We are advancing to qualifying. I wish you all the best of luck. All right, here we go. Qualifying. We have advanced, so we will see how this plays out. Again, that 15 car was your 358 and limited late model champion for this season. So we'll see if Michael Carter can keep it up. Michael Vitale in the 213 will be the first car out on track. So let's see how Michael does here. Michael just got notified, 30 minutes ago, Clayton, that he would be in this race.
Yeah, he was stoked on that phone call. Good to see him in.
Yeah, it is. There's Vitale in the 213. Gavin Chatham back out on track in the 24 machine. Gavin Chatham, we saw him working the bottom side. We'll see what he does here in the limited late models. They're a lot different than the 358s for sure. They like to push bad in the corners, but once you master getting them to turn, it's a lot of fun. Changing to pro late models, what do you think that will do to the racing for us, Clayton?
It's gonna pick it up quite a bit. I'm excited for the change. I'm not a huge limited late model guy just because of how much they struggle. The last thing I want to do is get on here and drive something that wants to fight me the whole time as I'm trying to race it. I love the pro late models. It's a perfect in between. You know, the supers are almost a little too much, and the limiteds are a little bit not enough. And the pro late model, the simulator iRacing, has killed it. It's probably one of my top 3 cars to drive. I think it's going to bring a lot of action, a lot of slide jobs you can throw in those cars, a lot of 2-3 wide racing you can do. You don't fight the car turning in like you do the limited. It's going to improve this show a ton, and I'm glad these guys voted for it. I love that the drivers have such a big voice here with Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. Cale Smith, top of the board, 14,966. His teammate in P2, that's the 15 car. CTM driver Michael Carter in P2. Vitale in the 213. He's in P3. Grant Wesley, we're riding along with the 88. He's P4. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car just now coming out on track. Jordan looking very forward to the limited late model, so we'll see how the 11 car, Jordan LaFawn, the driver out of Indiana, does. Jesse Ingram out on track. He moves up to P3, 15,020 for the Georgia driver, Jesse Ingram. As LaFawn comes off a turn 4. 11th quick on his first lap. I imagine he will pick it up on lap number 2. Running out of time. Got about 10 seconds left. Will he make it coming off a turn 4? He will make it just in time. 4th quick, 15,068 for the 11 car. We're getting ready to go heat racing. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Cale Smith, Jesse Ingram on the front row. Michael Vitale's on the inside of Joseph Grandy in row number 2. Anthony Marvulio, Samuel Bachman in row number 3. Jeff Kemper or Randall Dixon rounds out your field of 8 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard. Race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. Joseph Grandy with all the new paint schemes this week. 518 might have picked up some sponsors.
Yeah, that 518's looking sharp.
Jesse Ingram, he has won a feature race in a limited late model in the summer season. Cale Smith in the 115 down low does not leave room for Cale to slide up. Jesse Ingram will stay on the outside of the 115. We're 2 by 2. Oh, they're racing tight. 7 car trying to keep the 15 pin down low. Cale Smith rotates the car. He does have room to get to the top side if he wants. Vitale now battling it out with Joseph Grandy. You got some close racing early, Clayton.
Absolutely. going back on the momentum that these cars rely on, Michael Vitale kind of seems as if he's bogging the car down a little bit too much down there, and that's causing the 518 of Joseph Grandy to be able to get around him. It's going to take him a few laps. There we go. Michael falls into line by forcing the 007 off track. Looks like 007 maintains his speed and gets back going.
As they battle it out, we are on board with Vitale in that 213 as he pulls up on the rear bumper of Joseph Grandy in the 518. Looks like the 518 with a little bit of damage here early. Up front, Cale Smith leading the way. Jesse Ingram not letting him get far from his front bumper. Those two are going to battle it out on lap 6 of 8. Joseph Grandy, it's a ways back to him. Michael Vitale in P4. Jeffrey Kemper in the 181 in P5. Anthony Marvulio. Randall Dixon starting to get antsy back there in the 111. He started to look underneath the 238. That's where we're used to seeing the 238 run is down low. Meanwhile, up front, 1 lap to go. Cale Smith leads Jesse Ingram by just a bit, coming off of turn 4 for the heat victory. Cale Smith, Jesse Ingram, Joseph Grandy, Marvulio, and Kemper at the line. Marvulio will take P4, Kemper P5.
Yeah, Jeffrey Kemper turned the 213 on the backstretch coming to the checkered flag. Another tough break from Michael Vitale. He's going to finish last in that heat race.
Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Jordan LaFawn on the front row. Grant Wesley, Chris Cox in row 2. Donald Ingram, Gavin Chatham in 3. Randy Shreves, James Ingram round out your field of 8 drivers. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Please, everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. 8 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Hoping my voice holds on here. Got a long trip in the morning. Taking the dwarf car forward to get it wrapped. So that's about a 2-hour ride. Looking very forward to that. Sick or not, I'm going to get that car in the trailer and get it out to Petaluma, California to get the wrap on it finally. 15 car coming off at turn 4. Green flag is out. We are underway. 15 car Michael Carter. We saw this song and dance in the 358. Jordan LaFawn in P2. Carter will move up. LaFawn going to go with a crossover. Now LaFawn will dig the bottom down low, try to get underneath that 15 car. LaFawn coming off of 4. They're going to be side by side at the line. Grant Wesley, that driver out of Evansville, Indiana, he's looking to the outside. Looks like we had a little bit of contact where Chris Cox went over the ledge, the 515. That's not what Chris Cox wanted to do. Jordan LaFawn falls back to P2. He gets in line behind the 15. Wesley in the 88. He is P3. Top 3 breaking away from the field a little bit. 10 car of Donald Ingram. Prior Navy member out of Georgia in P4. Randy Shreves in P5. Will LaFawn have anything for Carter in this one?
I really don't know with both of them running the same exact line almost. It's looking like a repeat for the modifieds. Jordan LaFawn does not want to see that. I know he finished second in the modified race, but he had some incidents to his name, and that does affect the points for tonight. And Jordan LaFawn definitely wanting to keep it clean, but also get around that 15 as many times as he can tonight when it comes to finishing.
And neither one of these drivers are sprint car drivers. Sprint cars may be the wild card in this tonight. Jordan LaFawn, I think, has run twice. Carter, maybe twice. But sprint cars, that's why we make them run all 3. It kind of adds some complexity to the situation where it's accumulation of all 3 divisions. So those two will battle it out in sprint cars tonight. That might be where that's settled. 1 lap to go. Carter in the 15 on point. Jordan LaFawn in P2 coming off a turn 4. They will finish that way. Carter LaFawn, Wesley, Donald Ingram, Randy Shreve, your top 5. Chatham, Cox, and James Ingram round out your field of 8 drivers. 3 minutes of warm-up. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. We're getting ready for a 30-lap feature in the limited late model division. We're about to get the show underway. Seems to go by pretty quick here. Clayton, feature to the grid, please. Cale Smith, Michael Carter on the front row. Those teammates will battle it out at the start. Jesse Ingram, Jordan LaFawn in row 2. Joseph Grandy, Grant Wesley in 3. Anthony Marvulio, Donald Ingram in 4. Jeffrey Kemper, Randy Shreves in row number 5. Randall Dixon on the inside of row number 6 with Gavin Chatham to his outside. Samuel Bachman, Chris Cox in row number 7. Michael Vitale and James Ingram will roll off in row number 8. All right, fellas, welcome to the 30-lap feature. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Teammates on the front row. I think that 15 is going to get it done on the outside. Clayton? Sorry about that. I had my communication with you shut off. Clayton, I think the 15 is going to get it done on that outside.
Yeah, I've got to go with the 115 on the inside, Cale Smith. I think Cale can find something here. I think we'll have a few restarts. That 115, Cale Smith will stay in the running here and be able to pull something out for sure.
We about went 4 wide. Marjulio dove down in the 238. The 7 makes contact. Jordan LaFawn gets caught up in a mess, as does the rest of the field.
1 and
Not
2.
what
were
we
the only
wanted
two.
to see this
Absolutely.
early in the race. Let's take a look. They are being super aggressive early. Here is the replay. We are riding behind the 11 car of LaFawn. Makes a little bit of contact with the 115. LaFawn may have gone up on that high. No, the 7 car dives down below the 88. Little bit of net code between the 88 and the 11. That takes Jordan LaFawn around. After that, it's on from there.
Yeah, it's a tough break. Somebody running so strong tonight. Jordan LaFawn taking out Grant Wesley, just tough, man. When you're doing the right thing by racing clean, and still the simulator decides to bite you and hit you with that net code that it's known for at times, and sending some pretty heavy hitters towards the back of this field.
Yeah, for those of you out there, net codes, sometimes these cars can get within 3 feet of each other, and they seem to have made contact. I'm telling you, if I'm in the field, I'd probably jump into the pits and get a quick repair since I have one. We will see. We will start off Cale Smith and Michael Carter, the only 2 cars not involved. You can see rear spoilers and rear quarters tore up behind them. That will be an advantage for the CTM boys on the front row. Coming off of turn 4, it will be Cale Smith with the restart, looking for that orange cone. I am not sure how many drivers got a quick repair. We do have a long way to go. Those drivers that had to fall back to the end of the field, they do have some time to race their way back up through the field. Caution comes back out once again. The 40 car of Ingram running in front of the 11 car.
Yeah, the 40 just comes up into the 10 of Donald Ingram. Looks like a big Ingram collaboration there. All 3 Ingrams involved in that one.
Yeah, that's the 2 sons, the 7 and the 10, and dad in the middle.
God bless you, sir.
Oh, my goodness. I would be very surprised if Jordan LaFawn doesn't go in for a quick repair. Why would you not run it in the back of the field when all those cars in front of you are tore up? That 11 car looks a mess.
Yeah, he's got some pretty gnarly damage here. I'm with you, man. If I'm that far back, sitting 14th out of 16 guys, I'm coming in. I take my repair and drive around all the damaged guys ahead of me. I mean, everybody in that accident received a 2X. The only 3 on track we have without incidents is Jeffrey Kemper, Randy Shreves, and Michael Carter. Everybody else at least with a 2X as far as incidents when that big field wreck on the front stretch occurred.
Jordan LaFawn still out on track in the 11. You need Jordan LaFawn fan club out there. Need to let that 11 car go. Let him know. Get in there and get that thing repaired. Work his way back up to the front.
Yeah, you don't want to work your way up and then a caution come out and you go in and take it and you lose all that track position. You want to get it done right now if possible.
That's right. Money on the line. You got to do what you can do. 15 car will get the restart. Michael Carter on the bottom. 115 car of Cale Smith on the outside. Joseph Grandy gets a little bit loose after these cars pushing so much. Grandy went in there and got that 518 loose. I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like these cars are a handful tonight. Makes me kind of nervous. Jeffrey Kemper. I see Jordan LaFawn involved in another incident, not having a race that he wants for sure. Oh, LaFawn gets hit by the 7 car. Samuel Bachman involved in an incident. Oh, 007 gets in the back of the 181. The 10 car gets into the outside wall. Man, I'm still saying if the 11 car will get to pit road, he still has plenty of time, as fast as he is, to make it back up to the front of the field. Let's see if Jordan LaFawn actually went in. No, he did not. Again, Clayton.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there could be a chance. You know, he's used to running without having to worry about pitting. Maybe he doesn't know there's a fast repair. That always could be an option. We are going to go green here, though, so pit road's going to close. He'll be stuck out there again with an injured race car.
Michael Carter at the front of the field in the 15 car. Jordan LaFawn, he is somewhat of a late model specialist, not having the run that he needed tonight. When the money was on the line, 15 car coming to the orange cone. Green flag is back out. Watch that 88 of Grant Wesley. Wesley will dive underneath the 115. Or at least give it a try. Michael Carter able to hold the lead. Everyone getting up to the outside. First car down low, 238. Anthony Marvulio.
Yeah, Anthony's going to try and get down there early, hoping the slick runs the top away and possibly get some speed rolling down there on the bottom, see if he can't pick up a few spots. It looks like he's maintaining right now in P7. Yep, passing, trying to get past Chris Cox here for 6th. He's maintaining the speed, just not any faster right now. Hopefully for him, that'll change here soon.
Boy, he had a rough corner there. He lost to Cox. Now Gavin Chatham pulling up to his outside. So let's go through the field, and we will try this again. We will watch our version of Turn It Up. Caution comes back out. Gavin Chatham involved. Let's take a look. Chatham in the 24. Kemper on the outside there. He goes over the cushion.
Yeah, 24 just comes up and into the 181. Even if he's off, he's back on track when the 24 comes up and makes contact. That's going to be on the 24.
Michael Carter still at the front of the field. Carter, Smith, Grant Wesley in the 88, Jeffrey Kemper in the 181, Joseph Grandy in the 518, 515, Chris Cox in P6, Anthony Marvulio in P7, Randy Shreves in P8, Randall Dixon in the 111, he's up to P9, and Jesse Ingram, your top 10. So we made it to lap 12 of 30. As the green flag comes back out, your leader, Michael Carter, and the champion of this season's limited late model will open up a lead over Cale Smith. Grant Wesley now with the 518 of Joseph Grandy looking down low.
And
Looks
we've
like
got another caution.
Samuel Bachman. Well, he just gets in the back of the 40 and round they go.
Yeah, he's got to be careful not to get another incident. Samuel Bachman's got 2 EOLs to his name right now. If he gets a third, he'll be parked for the night when it comes to the rest of this late model race.
Michael Carter still at the front of the field. Yes, my voice is starting to give out a little bit. We're going to keep it going. Michael Carter, Cale Smith, front 2 on lap 14 of 30. Limited late models are not our typical show tonight. Maybe it's the money on the line. I'm not sure what the deal is here, but we are working caution number, maybe Clayton could help me, I think, 5.
Yep. Caution number 5, about to go green next time by for these guys. Hopefully they can clean it up here. Going to give them a quick reminder.
Michael Carter will take the green flag. Looking for that orange cone on his left-hand side. The 15 car on the loud pedal. We are back underway. Carter, Smith, Wesley. Who's the first car to dive down low? 518 of Joseph Grandy will take a look underneath Grant Wesley. Can't make it work. Anthony Marfulio still working the bottom side. Chris Cox all over the rear bumper of the 181 of Jeffrey Kemper. Still some really hard racing going back. And our 6th caution comes out. '56 of Randy Shreves. Like the 111 gets in the back of the 56 there. Michael Carter still at the front of the field, has led from the beginning. Not really getting enough laps for the 115 to work over the 15 or the 88, Clayton. These guys need some green flag laps to get it done.
Absolutely. Driver can't make mistakes if he's just pacing around. They're struggling to put together a run here. Hopefully it'll change here soon so these guys can at least put on some sort of a race. 518 just made the bottom work on Grant Wesley there off of 2. 518, move him up to 3rd.
That is Joseph Grandy, 88 car of Grant Wesley, as you heard, falls back to P4. Joseph Grandy running that bottom in 1 and 2, seems to be up high. See the front of that car nicked up a little bit there. Low in 1 and 2, high in 3 and 4 seems to be working. Now Anthony Marfulio gets by the 88 car down low.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do as far as running the bottom in 1 and 2. They're able to run Grant Wesley down and pass him, and the 518's closing in on your front too. Move Marfulio up to P4, clearing Grant Wesley. Man, that bottom's starting to come in over there in 1 and 2. Really good for these guys. I honestly think if they could stay green, Joseph Grandy might be able to run them down.
Cale Smith behind his teammate, Michael Carter. That's the CTM boys. Up front, are they just riding around waiting for a late race battle? Joseph Grandy, as you heard, is in P3, running that bottom side. You're right, Clayton. He was a little bit slower last time than the front two.
Yeah, and if you look now, watching them, there's almost everybody going into 1 and 2 has chose the bottom. Almost half the field's running that line now.
Lap 23 of 30. We're with Joseph Grandy. Let's go on board with the 518. Driver out of New York as he dives down for the tires. Caution comes back out. Jordan LaFawn cannot buy a break in the limited late model division.
Got another situation of another net code tonight for these guys. Jordan LaFawn's flipped over on the backstretch. He's going to have to tow.
He's got to be furious. One of those nights. 5:15 of Michael Carter at the front of the field. Cale Smith in P2. Joseph Grandy, we've seen him. Those front two didn't want to see that 518 up to their rear bumper on lap 25 of 30. Carter, Smith, Grandy, Marvulio, and Wesley, your top five. That 238 car looks super clean. It's not all banged up, nor are the top two. The side of the 238 is pretty banged up.
Yeah, Joseph Grandy's only going to have a few shots here to try and possibly pass these front two. He's had the speed to do it. I don't know. Michael Carter and Cale Smith, those are teammates. Does Cale Smith run a protective line to keep Michael Carter up front if Cale doesn't think he can get around him? We're about to find out with 5 to go.
Green flag is out. Marvulio tries to get a good restart. Tries to get underneath the 518. That doesn't let Grandy get down to the bottom. He will clear the 238 here as the 518 runs high in 3 and 4. Will he get a run off of 4? Yes, he will. He'll dive for the bottom in 1 and 2. Can he close the deal? You got team racing going on, so the front two on the radio, he's letting the 115 know when he's going. That is an advantage over to those behind him. Chris Cox moves up. He's up 10 from his starting position. Put the 515 up to P4. Carter, Smith, Grandy. Grandy continues that bottom slide in 1 and 2. Stays up high with your leaders in 3 and 4. Chris Cox, Anthony Marvulio. Marvulio now, he takes the 238 up high. He's going to try low in 1 and 2, high in 3 and 4. Gavin Chatham in 6th place. Grant Wesley in the 88. He falls back to P7. Samuel Bachman in the 007. He's up 5 from his starting position. Randy Shreves is up 1. By far the biggest mover, the 515 Des Moines, Iowa driver Chris Cox, up 10 positions from his start. 518 moves out, gets into the 515. Carter, Smith, Grandy, your top three. Top three start finish line, please. That was blocking, that was possibly a pass for 3rd place there.
Yeah, Joseph Grandy, that was not intentional. I know Chris thinks it is possibly, but Joseph Grandy caught the slick off of 4 and the rear end stepped out and it kind of corrected itself when he went to counter steer it, shot back up in front of Chris Cox.
All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. We will get a word with your top 3. Matter of fact, Clayton, can you get all 3 of them?
Absolutely, sir. As soon as they report to the room, I'll pull them up. Hey, Joseph, it's Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yep, how you doing?
Hey, bud, doing well. Not as good as yourself, man. Watching you start fifth and kind of just run with everybody, and then you started making that bottom and 1 and 2 work, man. And we thought with that last caution you were possibly going to be able to get by those front two.
I was gonna try.
Yeah, it looked really, really fast for you down there, and then almost the whole field behind you. Not sure if you knew this, but almost everybody behind you saw how quick you were, and they all ran down
They
there.
all did it.
Do you think they ran the slick away for you and possibly slowed you down a little bit by wearing away the bottom a little bit faster than you wanted them to?
Yeah, for sure. Cause every restart, I was able to get past somebody down at the bottom, and then it was getting tougher and tougher. But pretty disappointed in my 358 performance. I chose the wrong lane for the qualifying, so. But hopefully, I can do good in sprints as well.
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot of these it's all about track position for the most part, and kind of just staying patient, trying to avoid the chaos. That was a very hectic late model race, probably one of the most chaotic ones I've seen this season, man. What did it take on that 518 to keep it clean for the most part and finish third?
Just be patient, pick my moments, and yeah, I mean that's one of those tracks where definitely position matters. It's very hard to pass people on that track. They have to make a mistake.
Absolutely, bud. Who do you got to thank on that 518 for a P3 finish?
I'd like to thank West End Towing and Repair and Catalytic Recovery. I'd like to thank you guys for the broadcast, and who was it? Gears Unlimited, and I forgot who put the money up for this. I'm sorry. Oh, Dirt Track Bank. There we go.
It's all good. Get caught up in the moment when you put that helmet on. We understand, man. Congrats on a P3 finish. We hope to talk to you again after the sprint cars.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Bring up Kale Smith. Kale, it's Clayton in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Clayton.
Hey, buddy. Man, were you holding off on your teammate there in first, or were you giving it everything she had to possibly try and get around him towards the finish of that race?
I don't know. I don't know if they're. I gave it all I got. He's just quick, man. And it's a little sketchy running that top line there, so you don't want to go over anyway. And we were first and second. We were just trying to run some clean lines there and stay out of trouble.
Absolutely. Did you know that 518 of Joseph was behind you coming? I don't know if you run with a mirror or not.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. I saw him back there running that bottom line, and it was really starting to slick off there towards the end, and he was making it work. And I was just trying to mind that gap a little bit, and hopefully it wasn't getting too close. I was gonna have to switch my lineup, but yeah, congratulations to him. He ran a good race.
Yeah, congrats on that P2 finish for yourself there, buddy. Who do you got to thank on that car tonight?
Just want to thank my team, CTM Motorsports. Congrats, Michael, on the win. Travis Anderson. Let's see here. Redline Race Designs, man, and thank you guys. This has been an awesome season, a lot of fun. Wish I would have ran a little bit better in the 358s. I got into Jordan there, so apologize to him, but thank you guys.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on a P2 finish, man. Wish you the best in the sprint cars.
Clayton.
Bring up our leader. Michael Carter, once again, it's Clayton in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, what a performance by you tonight. So far, pulling off a clean sweep tonight. You think you got what it takes to sweep the sprint cars?
I don't know, man. I've been practicing a good bit this week, so I'm gonna give her all I got. I'm not the greatest, but I'm gonna try. That's for sure.
I wouldn't put it past you, man, to get it done. How did it feel in the slick towards the end of that race as it started to wear away? Did you feel as if your teammate was gonna have a shot possibly? Did you make any mistakes?
We just focused on hitting our marks, and if I would have made a mistake, he definitely could have got me. But I think I made one little bobble there, and he ran up on me. But I knew he wasn't gonna run me too hard. He's my teammate, so I got a lot of faith that he's not gonna wreck me. But you never know; anything could happen. Though net code, but yeah, he did a good job. Congrats to him on P2.
Absolutely, man. Who do you got to thank on that 15 for another top spot?
I always gotta thank you guys here, Friday Night Lights, GY6RN, Joe. Gotta thank you guys at Top Tier Race Control, Dirt Track Bank. Everybody's a part of this. Really appreciate it. And as far as my team, I gotta thank my dad, Randy Carter Painting, CTM Motorsports, Cale Smith, Travis Anderson, and Redline Race Designs. And everybody watching out there, really appreciate it.
Awesome, brother. Well, we wish you the best in the sprint cars, man. Hope to talk to you again.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Clayton, thank you very much. Had to get water. My voice is winding down here. We will take a quick break. We'll bring up the 305 sprint cars. So we will be right back with the 305 sprint cars right here at Lucas Oil.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports, the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and like I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity right now.
Welcome back to the show. It is nightcap time. 305 Sprint Cars right here at Lucas Oil. Clayton, kind of been a mixed bag night. Maybe we picked the wrong track for the Dash for Cash, but nonetheless, here we are. I just checked the points. Brandon Templeton has not had time to update those yet, but they will be in our points tab tonight or tomorrow morning to see who gets what. Looking forward to the 305 Sprint Cars, Clayton, and get this 30-lap feature underway. So welcome back. As always, big shout-out to the grandmother of the 11 car, Jordan LaFawn. That's Pete Fitzsimmons, ma'am. Thank you, as always. Great to see you tune in. Appreciate your support throughout the entire season. It's always great to see you out there. Greatly appreciated. Clayton, you ready to get this started?
I am, man. Our two heavy hitters that we were talking about being a wild card for, Michael Carter on track looking as if he's done this all his life. Third quickest, but Jordan LaFawn is almost a second off, sitting 15th fastest at a 14.7 compared to the leader's 13.8.
Yeah, so let's call the cars off the track. Let's get the show on the road. All drivers, clear the track. All drivers, clear the track, please. Only one car did not advance. It looks like James Ingram has parked the 40 car for the night. Last season, we had 2 drivers that did not own sprint cars, so they parked it for the night. So it looks like we're going to have a 15-car field. If anybody out there's watching, Kelly Wheeler jumped in at the last minute. This is for feature winners and top points for the fall season. All right, fellas, you guys know the rules. Get ready to get underway. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time. None heard? We'll advance. I wish you all the best of luck. So here we go. See who comes out on track first. Cale Smith and Michael Carter both said that, as Clayton alluded to, we're not sprint car guys. I will tell you one thing for sure, they're both drivers at the top of the board in practice. And we will watch the 115 CTM driver Cale Smith, active duty Navy driver out of South Dakota is where his where iRacing shows that he is from. Chris Cox in the 515 out on track. Chris Cox also pretty darn good in a sprint car. He can drive anything out here also. Grant Wesley is back with us. Cale Smith to the top of the board, 13.848. Joseph Grandy in P2, 13.870. Can he move up to the top of the board? No, sir. 13,932. The car I'm waiting for is Randy Shreves as the 7 car shuts it down 8th quick. Anthony Marfulio, he's coming out on track. That 238 was the summer or the spring sprint car champion for Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Yes, we see times coming in. Michael Carter in the 15 car, currently 5th quick. And he'll drop down to 6th as Randy Shreves moves up to 4th quick in that 56 machine. I got my eye on the 56. He is your 305 Sprint Car champion in Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. 13,970. No better on his second lap. Marjulio will shut it down 11th quick. 007, that is Samuel Bachman, 14,063. Looks like he got way wide there in 4. That won't be any better. 14,119. Gavin Chatham shuts it down. Chatham up to 3rd quick. Jordan
Here
LaFond
comes
out
Jordan
on the
LaFond.
track.
You never know. He could have been playing a game with these guys. Maybe you never know. See what he's got.
Got the GY6RN logo on the front of his wing. Greatly appreciated, Mr. LaFond. He is the last car to qualify. Coming for his first time lap. 15th quick, 14,220. And he will shut it down. And that might just about do it, as we got about 8 seconds left. Cale Smith, quick time in the 115 machine.
Yeah, Cale Smith's been predominantly fast all night long, all season long, really. He's really made a name for himself this year. Had a ton of TV time, a lot of podium interviews, finishes. Great amount of points for that 115 tonight. We'll see if he can possibly get his first win of the night here tonight. Michael Carter, his teammate, is not going to start until Heat 2, starting 3rd. So as long as Cale Smith can maintain his position now, or even afford to drop back 1 spot, maybe 2, he'll be starting ahead of his teammate for the feature.
Heat 1 to the grid. Cale Smith, Gavin Chatham on the front row. Jeff Kemper, Grant Wesley in row 2. Donald Ingram, Anthony Marfulio in row number 3. Jesse Ingram, Jordan LaFond round out your field of 8 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Please, everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. 8 laps to get it done. Good luck. Gavin Chatham in the 24 machine on that outside. Chatham is really good in a sprint car, so we'll see how this plays out as they are coming off of turn 4, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. Good start by your front row, side by side at the line. Chatham on the high side, 115 of Cale Smith. Chatham not able to get up there and close that top line. That will give Cale Smith the lead. Grant Wesley up to P3, battling it out with Jeffrey Kemper in the 181. Grant Wesley up there. Anthony Marfulio in the 238. Currently in P5. Donald Ingram in the 10 car. Jordan LaFond piloting that 11 machine. He's up 1 from his start as he gets settled in. The 7 car in the rear of the field. Jordan LaFond and the 10 car make contact. You don't usually drive away from that, but those two were able to get it done. Side by side at the line.
Very lucky for both of those guys. Just a little bit of contact off of 2 getting into each other. Thankfully, these open wheel cars usually aren't that maneuverable after you make contact. It looks like both of them right now are still able to maintain that speed. That's good to see.
On lap 5 of 8, Cale Smith holds the lead. Gavin Chatham in the 24 in P2. Jeffrey Kemper battling it out with Marfulio in the 238. Slide job coming. No room. Kemper into the outside fence. Let's take a look. Replays brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. As always, greatly appreciate Dirt Track Bank for all the support they give Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Nothing doing there. Here comes the slider.
Yeah, the 238 was clear, very close, but he was clear up in front of the 181, and 181 just fails to check up. There's not going to be any EOLs for this.
I concur 100%. Cale Smith didn't want to see that caution come out.
Absolutely not. If you're leading in these things, all you want to do is finish and bring it home.
Jeffrey Kemper is going to come back out on track. There is the 181. Jesse Ingram, Jordan LaFawn in the 11. On lap 7 of 9, the 115 car, that is Cale Smith, will take the green flag. Looking for the orange cone on the inside of turn number 4. That is where he is able to begin. Green flag is out. Great start by Cale. Gavin Chatham in P2. Grant Wesley in P3. Anthony Marvulio, he's found the bottom. He's going to try to navigate underneath the 88 car. New Hampshire driver battling it out with the Indiana driver. They make contact. Grant Wesley is not going to be happy about that. Cale Smith at the front of the field with 1 lap to go. Gavin Chatham in P2. Marvulio in the 238 P3. They will finish that way. Ingram, LaFawn moves up 3, up to P5 finish. Grant Wesley falls back 2. Kemper and Jesse Ingram. The Ingram brothers did not own sprint cars at last Dash for Cash. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Joseph Grandy, Randy Shreves on the front row. Michael Carter inside row number 2 with Chris Cox to his outside. Samuel Bachman, Michael Vitale in row number 3. Randall Dixon, Kelly Wheeler is not in the field, so 7 drivers. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everyone heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. So here we go. We got 2 sprint car, really good sprint car drivers at the front of this heat race. So let's see how it plays out. Green flag is out. Great start by Grandy. He pulls out to a pretty good lead. Shreves gets a good run off the top of turn 2. Here's where we saw him go over the ledge in a race on Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights earlier this year. Randy Shreves in the 56 in P2. Chris Cox P3. Michael Carter in the 15. He's holding down P4. Michael Vitale in the 213 car. He's up to P5. Samuel Bachman and Randall Dixon round out your field of 7 drivers.
Yeah, to touch on that, I saw the 56 of Randy Shreves doing that during practice, all the way up and over the ledge against the wall almost in 3 and 4, and he was actually able to pass people during practice running that line, so that could possibly be a go-to for the feature if the top, technically the top, slicks off and drivers don't want to try that ledge. Randy Shreves definitely seems comfortable doing it.
Yeah, I forget who it was I was talking to. They say at this track, that is actually a line they run. And didn't believe it when I saw it, but he made it work in that 56 car. Joseph Grandy with a solid handle on the P1. He's got almost a second gap between himself and second place, 56 car of Randy Shreves. Chris Cox in P3. Michael Carter holding his own. He's in P4. Michael Vitale in the 213 Gears Unlimited ride. He's up to P5. Samuel Bachman and Randall Dixon round out your field of 7. 1 to go. 518 takes the white flag. Joseph Grandy at the front of the field. 2 more corners to navigate. Randy Shreves in P2. Grandy coming off of turn 4, looking for the checkered flag. Shreves, Cox, Carter, Vitale, Bachman, Dixon. 3 minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. No surprise, Gavin Chatham, Randy Shreves at the top of the board with Joseph Grandy. So your sprint car specialists are rising to the top here. Clayton, I'm watching that 56 car. I'm a Randy Shreves fan. Can't help myself. I think the 56 car gets it done.
Yeah, I've gotta take a look at the grid here. I think I'm gonna go with Gavin Chatham there in P3 rolling off the bottom. We've seen every race start so far. The car on the bottom is able to clear the car to his outside. I think Gavin can work his way up to 3rd on the first lap and then possibly run down those 2. Put the fastest lap down in the warm-up. I think that 24 car parks in a victory lane.
Cale Smith, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Gavin Chatham, Randy Shreves in row 2. Anthony Marvulio, Chris Cox in 3. Donald Ingram, Michael Carter in 4. Jordan LaFawn, Michael Vitale in 5. Grant Wesley, Samuel Bachman in 6. Jeffrey Kemper, Randall Dixon in row number 7. And Jesse Ingram will be the 15th and final car on the grid. All right, leaders, same story. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. So here we go. This is for all the money right here. Again, notice I just checked the points. They are not updated. You can check our point standing in Discord. Hopefully Brandon Templeton gets to that tonight or early tomorrow morning, and we will know who finished where, and we will put dollar signs next to those finishing positions and get that cash out to the drivers. Compliments of the Dirt Track Bank. Green flag is out. We are underway. Cale Smith on the bottom. Grandy and Shreves, they are hooked together on that high side. Yikes, that was close between Shreves and Chatham. Side by side for P3. Those two are just bound to have an accident. That's Chatham and Randy Shreves. Both those guys battling it out. Joseph Grandy's going to make a pass for the lead here momentarily. The 518 on the high side. Looking above the 115 of Smith. Smith covers the top. Grandy will run the middle here. In 1 and 2. Grandy gets a great run off the high side. Cale Smith holding his own with sprint car specialist breathing down his neck. Grandy, Chatham, and Shreves. Like Samuel Bachman caught up in an incident. We'll take a quick look. As always, replays brought to you compliments of the Dirt Track Bank. Check them out online. Great place to bank. They do super things for drivers in real life and on the sim. We greatly appreciate their support. Contact made between those two drivers, mutual contact. Cale Smith able to hold down the lead here on lap 4 of 30.
Yeah, these guys are already single file, so it's not going to be that much of a cluster into 1 and 2, but we'll see if Joseph Grandy, who got a great start on the start of the race, can get an even better one here and possibly fight that 115 for the lead early on.
Smith, Grandy, Chatham, Shreves, Marv-Julio, your top 5. Green flag is out. What a start by Grandy. Grandy did not let the 115 get far. Cale Smith stays to the middle in 3 and 4 as Grandy, he's trying to close in. Gavin Chatham in the 24 car. He's looking underneath that 518 as Randy Shreves is battling it out, trying to get above the 24 machine. Let's see if we can't take it, our version of Turn It Up. Looks like Jeffrey Kemper and Jordan LaFawn. I saw that while we were in that's not, that's LaFawn and Michael Carter. Here comes the 181 into the picture. 181 with a hard slide right into the side of Jordan LaFawn, who cannot buy a break tonight. The 11 car has a date with a dartboard tonight. Man, I got to tell you, the 11 car can't buy any luck on the track tonight. So, man, I hope darts work out better for him. Cale Smith able to hold him off so far on lap 8 of 30, or 9 of 30. As the pace truck exits, leaving the field to the 115 of Cale Smith. Cale Smith, I'm surprised, Clayton, holding his own.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like on the race control stuff right now, Jordan LaFawn has just acquired a black flag for going all the way around. Not sure what's going on here, but I'll keep an eye on him for sure.
Cale Smith opens up a lead over Grandy now. Gavin Chatham's going to dive down low. Shreve's running the middle. We got 3 different lanes working here. It might not matter now as the 11 car once again involved. '11 car dives down low. Looks like Vitali. No contact there.
Yeah, the 11 slides in. 11 slides into the corner, into the back of the 213, and it upsets the rear end of the 213, and then it kind of like auto corrects itself and snaps back up into the 11. But the 11 did cause that off the contact.
Cale Smith still at the front of the field. Just one of those nights, I suppose, for the 11 car. Cale Smith still holding down the lead on lap 10 of 30. Pace truck is off. Cale Smith will bring us back to the green flag. Cale Smith looking for the green flag. The orange cone on the inside. Good restart by Cale Smith once again.
Absolutely. That 115's able to just rocket away, but Joseph Grandy's keeping him close. I think Joseph Grandy's kind of been able to time these restarts a little bit better and keep him within distance. Possibly might be the race winning move if he can get him on a restart if we do have another caution later in the race.
Randy Shreves runs a slider line that time through, I think that was 1 and 2. And he's over the top, as we mentioned, in 3 and 4.
I don't understand how there's any kind of grip out there, but Randy Shreves definitely knows how to find it. The 115 of Cale Smith running up there right now is your leader.
Oh, contact up front. This is going to be interesting. Your front 2, excuse me. The 115 jumps the ledge here. It's almost, when I go over the ledge, like a parachute. Comes back on track. No contact. There's the contact. And the 24 involved.
Yeah, it looks like the 115, your leader makes the move to cause the contact. I mean, I know Joseph Grandy slides up close here, but man, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to hurt some feelings.
That is a call only you can make, my friend. I support you 100%. 115 comes off the top and then wiggles and gets into the 518. Still has time to work his way back through the field. Cale Smith has got to be heartbroken as he is showing his displeasure. And he will probably be done for the night. Randy Shreves at the front of the field now, the 56 car. Let's see if Cale Smith says he's in the pits. We'll check on his teammate. That's Michael Carter in the 15 car. He's up 3 positions. Jesse Ingram up 9. He is your biggest mover of the race in that 7 car. Rest of this field did not want to see that 56 at the front of the field. However, Anthony Marvulio is going to give him all he has. Marvulio on the bottom side. Shreves went way high last time. Let's see if he stays off that top ledge. He will stay off the ledge this time by Shreves, Marvulio, Cox, Ingram, Carter. Michael Carter, this is his first journey into the top 5 in the 15 machine.
Yeah, Michael Carter running in the top 5 right now, almost looking like a regular when it comes to the sprint cars. He was fast in qualifying his heat race, and we've got contact between the 213 and the 24.
Let's take a look. There's the 24 down low. 213 is a couple cars in front of him. Looks like the 213 gets super loose at the exit of turn 4. Chatham trying to navigate by. You can see the 213 has the wheel turned to the left. That right front is towed way in, so that car not handling the best. Makes contact. Randy Shreves at the front of the field. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car still in the fight. He is 1 lap down. On lap 18 of 30. Randy Shreves Shreves, Marvulio, Cox are your top 3. Randy Shreves will take us to the green flag. That is your 2-time champion in the lead. Anthony Marvulio has 1 championship in the 305 sprint cars. He runs midgets back on the East Coast in real life. Randy Shreves will take it down low, kind of middle lane there, a little bit of a slider line in 3 and 4. Anthony Marvulio, he'll duck down low in 1 and 2. So running 2 different lines here, run where they ain't. Kind of what's going on, Clayton?
Absolutely. These guys are trying. These 305s are another car that's very momentum dependent, and Randy Shreves seems to have the most momentum right now in that 56 car, just able to run the top and carry tremendous amounts of speed. That 238 is going to have to do something here in these closing laps to find a little extra in that 238 to possibly run down and or pass the 56.
Cox in P3, Donald Ingram in P4, Michael Carter holding on to P5, Jesse Ingram in P6, the 111 of Randall Dixon is P7. Joseph Grandy in the 518 trying to work his way back through the field. He's in P8. The 181 of Jeffrey Kemper in P9. Gavin Chatham in the 24. He is currently in P10. Grant Wesley in the 88 machine. He is in P11. Michael Vitale is P12. Jordan LaFawn still giving it a valiant effort. He is in P13. Samuel Bachman is not in the field.
Yeah, Randy Shreves is trying to check out on the 238, but Anthony's keeping within striking distance. Seems to be able to run that bottom line and reel it in, but the momentum that Randy has up top, he's just able to pull away right now. I don't think that 238 can get it done down there, and I don't think Randy Shreves is the type of guy to make a mistake when he's leading a sprint car.
No, once he gets in the lead, he's pretty tough customer. You can see that looks like the 11 car of Jordan LaFawn that your leader is coming up on. Anthony Marjulio inches away from that inside tire.
Yeah, Jordan LaFawn not going to play that much of an obstacle here. Looks like they're both going to be able to get around him pretty easily. Anthony's starting to reel him in, but man, that momentum that Randy's able to keep up, it's just unbeatable right now. Anthony's trying his hardest to get down to the bottom as low as he can.
1 lap to go. Randy Shreves with the lead in that 56 machine. Coming off of turn 4, Shreves for the win. Marjulio P2, Chris Cox P3, Donald Ingram. Michael Carter brings home a 5th place for CTM. Jesse Ingram in P7. Randall Dixon, Jeffrey Kemper, Gavin Chatham, and Joseph Grandy. Top 3 start-finish line, please. Round out your top 10.
I believe Cale Smith wants to talk about his incident. So I
You
will
do that, I will get the
step away.
interviews.
Absolutely.
All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. There is the second ever Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. Hope my voice holds on that long. We will get Chris Cox up in the booth. The 515 of Chris Cox moves up 3 positions from his start. Chris, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Man, that was a longer night than I anticipated. We had a lot of things happening on the track, but the good thing is the 515 ended up on the podium in 305 sprint cars, man. Walk us through your night.
Well, I was just kind of hoping, get maybe a top 5, maybe, get 3 back-to-back top 5s, but I'm pretty happy getting 3rd. I didn't know how the track was going to progress. I just basically followed whoever's in front of me, figured out what was moving forward, and just relayed that to my teammates and hope they're moving forward with me.
Yeah, you had one right behind you. Donald Ingram was right there with the 515. Man, do you have anything for the top 2, you think?
Maybe no. Nah, there's no way I could have got around them. I'm still trying to figure these cars out, and I'm just happy I finished the season off where I did on the sprint cars. I kind of put the 358s on the back burner and was just worried about sprint cars and limiteds.
Yeah, great run by the 515, man. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I'd like to thank MJC Desktop Fabrications. I'd like to thank Cox Gaming. I'd thank Top Secret. You for putting this on. All the sponsors for sponsoring this. All the guys for coming out, making it good fun race. It's been a rough season, but some beating and banging, some overbeating, but it happens, and hopefully I'll have a good year next year, and looking forward to them pro late models. At least I can say I'll be the only 2-time limited late model champion.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah.
That's right. Next week we started up anew for the winter season, man. Great run by you, my friend. Our points should be posted, the finishing order, by tomorrow morning, I'm hoping. So look for those in our points folder on Discord.
Okie dokie. I'll still probably be up, so
right,
I'll see it
man.
then.
Great run.
Yep. Have a good night.
238 of Anthony Marjulio. He moves up 3 from his starting position. Anthony, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, great run. 238 was solid all night. It looks like the top 5 all moved up 3 positions. So you started right next to Shreves. Apparently, in that 238, man, do you think you had anything for him?
I did. With like 3 to go, 2 to go, I reeled him in. I found something on the bottom, and we caught a lap car at the wrong time, and he ran where I was running. So once I had to go above him, Randy just stretched it right back out.
Man, so next week we start anew with the new baby and the house. You gonna run full time with us for another championship?
That's the plan. I got a late start with this series, but as long as the wife lets me, I'll be here.
All right, man. Who do you want to thank on that 238 for your podium finish?
You, Joe, for putting this on. Everyone that's involved. Dirt Track Bank. My wife for taking care of the baby while I'm able to do this on Friday nights.
All right, man. We'll see you next week, I hope, on week 1 of the winter season.
Sounds good, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah, man. The points should be updated by tomorrow morning. Look in our points folder on Discord, and we'll have the payouts there shortly after.
Sounds good, Joe. I'm just doing this for fun. Money's just a little bit extra, I guess.
Yeah, I was once an electrician myself. I know, man. Great to have you, my friend. Have a great weekend.
You too.
All right. Randy Shreves in the 56 car drives her home to victory lane. Randy, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, so I'm telling everybody about your secret there. I'm running clear on top of the flat there in 3 and 4. First time I saw it was last time we were here. We might have talked about it. I can't remember. But, man, no one can get around this place like you, and no one would even tempt to go up on that flat. How'd you find that grip up there?
I don't know. I just seen just a little trail of tack up there, so I kind of just followed the tack and hoped that it stuck and didn't get me into the wall, because sometimes you can go over that thing and it'll wreck your night. So it was a pretty risky move, but overall worth it. Anthony kept me on my toes there the whole race pretty much. I knew I just had to keep searching for lines, and then I finally found something that just worked for me and stuck to it, and just tried to not make any mistakes.
Yeah, man, I picked you from the beginning, so you proved me right. Thank you for that. That doesn't happen very often in that 56 machine. A championship, your second championship, I believe. I have to go back and look. And now you're in the money. So we'll see. The points should come out tomorrow morning, and we'll get the payouts out. Man, what a great run. What a great season for the 56. I truly appreciate you for giving us all the support that you have, running with us week in, week out. Man, it's always a pleasure to watch the 56. Super smooth. It's just a pleasure, my friend. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
Yeah, first off, Joe, I want to thank you and everybody at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Get Your Six Racing Network, top tier race control, the Dirt Track Bank, Mission 22. Want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Redline Race Designs, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, and everybody for watching.
Yeah, man. So look for those points tomorrow morning. Great run, great season. You got some T-shirts coming your way, and we'll get all that out once again in the mail here shortly.
It's awesome, Joe.
Have a great
Appreciate
weekend.
everything you do.
Yeah, man. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
All right, man. Clayton, there you go. There is the Dash for Cash, the second one. We got at least one more. We'll see how sponsorship rope plays out. Last thoughts.
Man, I feel bad towards Cale Smith, man, making that call. Such a close call. I knew it was going to hurt somebody's feelings, and he's such a great guy, but the rules are the rules, man. But overall, this racetrack definitely brought forth some challenges towards these drivers tonight, seeing them all, fast on the bottom in the late models. Joseph Randy Shreve showing that the top is the way to go in the sprint cars. The modified showing speed. Either way, man, this track tonight just became just became the ultimate equalizer, I should say. Having these guys have to run all three was awesome.
Yeah, so I've been running Lincoln. I really like that. So I'm not sure this was the best choice for the Dash for Cash, but the driver still got it done. So we'll start thinking about the next Dash for Cash and where we're going to run that. I don't know, maybe someplace bigger. We tried Charlotte was a great Dash for Cash track. maybe a Knoxville, or I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. We have 12 weeks. Week 1 begins next week. So, yeah, I'd like to thank you for joining me in the booth. And for your admin, I need to get with you and handle some admin business here this weekend probably, and make sure that we got you covered. Everyone else out there, greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank all of our sponsors, Gears Unlimited, the Dirt Track Bank, Mission 22, all have been wonderful partners to Friday Night Lights. And until next week, I wish everybody a great weekend, and we'll see you.
Yes, that's why. So we'll just give them a quick brush, and then we'll get our stuff on, and then we have like an obstacle course. And so
I'm smiling.
You don't know why you're smiling. We always smile. Smiling's the best.
The Mission 22 Equine Program is a riding program for children of veterans. We also serve grandchildren or direct family members of veterans.
It's a lot of fun, and I've always loved horses. So.
We have private lessons and group lessons, but it's not just riding. You know, riding lessons, people just think that that's all it is. But we have the opportunity here to really build confidence, to lower stress levels, to give them an outlet and opportunity to spend time doing something healthy and productive. Mission 22 is really based on the foundation of the importance for family. It's why we're supporting families here. So in a time where kids' programs are being canceled left and right, school is shut down, they're not able to be around their friends, you know, being able to have an opportunity where they can just be together and let go of that stress and be around people. Again, honestly, it's just really that simple, being around people. You know, who would have thought that it was something as simple as that?
That's okay. You want to grab his reins, and then I'll have you walk him forward. It's really a special thing to watch these kids come every week and build a partnership and a relationship with their horse. It lets them forget about everything that's going on in life, being able to come here, kind of shut the world out a little bit, and have a really stress-free, fun environment.
There's tons of studies that have been done on lowering of cortisol levels of children, and especially with children of veterans, often growing up in a household that can be a more stressful place, to be able to have an outlet where they can be outside, fresh air, horses around them, and just growing in that confidence.
Horses are really unique. They're very intuitive to people. They're very emotionally intelligent. They're very emotional animals, very in tune to people. They have a great way of reading people as well, that they can pick up on if you're feeling nervous or scared or excited. They're very reflective to how you feel. And so it's a great way to kind of check in with yourself and see how you're feeling, because they'll let you know.
When you're riding bareback, it's really important to think about keeping your thighs nice and snug.
Watch your spacing. Remember 1 to 2 horse lengths in between. Nice work. Yep, then you're going to go through the blue barrels, and you can weave through them, and you can walk through them.
Before we came to Central Oregon, we were based out of Portland. So we were renting an office in the city, we were having to pay to board horses, and it was getting to be exceptionally expensive. And so what it came down to was an opportunity to have a facility that we could grow programs out, that we could have the equine program on our own property, that we can continue to operate during a time that nobody really knew kind of what was happening next. And so having our own facility gave us the freedom to continue serving the families that we care about.
It's so fun to see parents come and talk to each other, and being able to kind of share stories, watch their kids together is a really neat thing. Talk about just life in general, having a place to come and to really connect with people.
Obstacles. I really like riding the horse because it's the best thing ever, and it's so exciting.
By supporting families of veterans on this property through the equine program, it really gives us the opportunity to show that importance. So we're not just supporting their kids, but we're supporting their families. They're having a community here, and building that strong family foundation builds a strong veteran. And that is something that we very much believe in, is supporting the family, supporting the veteran, and that cohesiveness together.